click the chat. Hey everybody, I think we're live. Here we go. Hey guys.
Hello, Sooner Nation.
And I don't even know where the chat has already started. We have people here. We have a special guest here tonight, and we're getting ready to bring him on screen. Hopefully he is ready, but bear with us, because if you guys have been here with us for any length of time, you know that we're not too techy.
We always have technical difficulties.
And so yeah, it should go off without a hitch, I hope. So anyway, there we go. Greater Creek, are you there, Mickey?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can see you, we can hear you, we can see part of what you're holding up.
Well, I'm not holding nothing up. That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
You go right ahead.
Okay, I got you. I'm backwards.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yep.
There you go.
There you are.
I got my camera sitting backwards.
Okay. We'll let you get set up.
Yeah.
And we're still, I think there's probably several people still coming in. So we will let some people come in. I'm going to go hit this real quick. And
She just ran off.
Oh, yeah. Now I can see much better. Yeah. All right. I'm trying to sync up here and get away from that camera. It's too close.
okay. So do you want to come over here onto the chat? There we go. Well, we have been talking about doing this for a long time, or probably several months. And we reached out to Mickey this week. And if you don't know him, this is Mickey with Critter Creek USA. And I don't even know how to explain what all he does, but
He's awesome.
For many people, he is the one that is behind so many of our logos and all the computer graphics stuff. And we knew we wanted him to be the first guest that we brought on. And so he graciously said, you bet. So we just want to share Mickey with everybody who may or may not know him. And also, if you have questions, be sure to use the capital, put it all in caps, and we'll try to get to those. I don't know how this conversation's going to all go, but I do know. And so do you want to kind of keep one of us back and forth, keep running with the chat to kind of make sure
I'll try
how it's going? But so Mickey, the first thing I think that we would ask you is tell us your story. How did you get started in what you do and everything that you do? How do how'd you come about this?
Okay. I hope you can see me all right, because I can't see the camera, so I can't see if I'm in the screen or anything.
You're lined up great.
Okay, perfect. So before I answer your question, everybody knows I'm long-winded. I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. I can't see the screen from here, so if you say hello, if you're kind enough to do that, I'll probably miss you. So if Monty or Michelle can kind of, I'm sure they see better than I do. They can kind of let me know if there's anything I need to answer. But anyway, I'm not gonna try to see. I was in the basement and I could hear Monty and Michelle talking, but they couldn't hear me. I said, "Hey, y'all are talking about me, and I can hear you."
Yep.
So look, I wrote down here on this paper all the questions they're going to ask me, and not going to believe the mean things they were saying about me in that basement.
Never.
No,
Never.
actually, I was laughing, listening to them. I was saying, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know how to tell them I can hear them. And if they hurt my feelings, I'm going to pretend like I didn't make it in. Trust me.
We would never hurt Mickey's feelings.
What I know for sure is they got some fun questions coming up. So I'll go ahead and try to keep my answers short. It's so hard for me. I'm a storyteller.
And we love it.
How I got started. I have been a freelance graphic designer, graphic artist, and graphic designer, two separate things, since I was, I guess, I was thinking about this the other day. Since I was in the 5th grade, okay? I opened my first business when I was in the 5th grade. I always loved to draw, okay? And I'll never say anything that's not completely honoring and respecting my family, okay? Suffice it to say that I was a very shy kid, and I didn't understand school and things like that well. And it was during a time when I felt like I didn't know how to ask and to explain that I didn't understand what was going on in school. So I adapted and I overcame. What I did was I learned to, if I didn't understand the homework and the assignment, I learned to draw cartoons on it. Because even if I got a bad grade, I got extra credit for drawing a great cartoon. So I learned at a very early age that
That's where I missed out.
I just learned at an early age, Monty, just to adapt. I wished I'd have been a better communicator and just asked for help. But anyway, 5th grade, I had already made up my mind that I wanted to become the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. And I was the littlest guy in school, littler than most of the girls, got whipped on the playground by some of the girls. But I loved football. Now, remember, folks, if you're in the chat, and I grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2010s because I'm still not grown yet. Okay, so I'm working on it in the 2020s. But in the 5th grade, I was really into football. And one of the things that me and my buddies did, we collected football cards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the late 60s, early 70s, we weren't so politically correct back then. If you weren't a superstar, you didn't get your face on a football card, okay? There wasn't a participation trophy kind of thing. Everybody who got it into the league didn't get into the football cards. But I collected those avidly, and since I was little, back in West Texas, I had a very overactive imagination to supplement some of the things that I felt in my life. I created magical worlds. And so anyway.
Where at in West Texas?
Muleshoe, Texas.
Okay.
Yep, Muleshoe, Texas. And I got to say, I have always been proud to have been born in Muleshoe. And when still today, I've been all over the world. That's my home. That's my happy place. They still got a big bronze mule on Main Street, and I think the bricks are still in place. But anyway, 5th grade, I was into football, and this was my first paid gig. I started a collection of football cards, and I wrote a game. I made a game up to where you could take the cards and play against your friends. And you would pick your favorite team and you would play this game by the rules that I made up. And I had a game board and everything. It looked like a football field. I designed it myself. Didn't patent it, but I sure wished I had it. So the game was really cool, except for here's the problem. You put your teams out there on the field and you lined up against your buddy across from you, and you would roll the dice and it would give you options and you would pick options and all this kind of stuff. But the card companies didn't make all the football players. Okay? So you'd have these little squares in there. Well, I just felt like that could be improved upon. So my best friend was a sports nut. He knew status. He was a statistician. He knew the stats, and he could tell you which person, how many runs they had, or who had the most tackles. And for anybody, you could just ask him. And I'm into I'm picking my teams by the coolest logos and who's got the coolest uniforms and stuff. So what we did is both of us for Christmas asked for full collection editions of the cards. So we were able to go through them and find out who wasn't in there on every team. And he made a list for me. And we also had asked for a subscription to Sports Illustrated. I had this business plan laid out, folks. I'm telling you. So then what we would do was we would go up to the public library and we'd go through all the old editions of Sports Illustrated, and we'd find all the pictures of all the players in the Sports Illustrated magazines that weren't on cards. And we'd watch the games, and I would sit there with a sketch pad during the games for the ones that we couldn't find pictures of. I'd sketch them. You know, they weren't great, but they were accurate. But we'd go to the library, find the pictures of the players they don't make cards of, and for 1 cent you could put it on the copying machine and get a black and white copy of it. So we'd put our penny in there and get a picture of the right tackle for the Vikings or this or that, and it'd come out, and I'd write notes on there. I'd write, has a red scar on his cheek or whatever, you know. I'd write them on all. We had stacks, $1 worth. That's 100 copies right there for $1. But we had a penny invested in that future football card I was going to make. I'd take that home and I'd go. Oh, we went to TGNY and we bought a bunch of the poster boards from TGNY. If you don't know what TGNY is, you're too young. You're still young.
Yep.
Anyway, and I'd cut me a template and I'd cut all them cards out, the same size as the regular football cards, only they're white. I'd take them home, take all my notes, and draw those football players and color them all colored and with markers, and then I would give it to my buddy who would write all the stats on the back of it, just like they did the regular football cards, you know.
Wow.
I had the borders drawn, all that kind of stuff. And then we'd take them back to TGNY, and for another penny, you could put them in a machine and it'd laminate them.
Oh, my.
So now I've just created a kid's version of a football card. But I took it one step farther. I think a pack of football cards back then cost 10 cents. Okay? Well, when we got those whole boxes at Christmas, we saved them. And all them duplicates we had, we'd put that many cards back in the package, still had the piece of bubble gum they put in there, put it in there, and I'd slide one guaranteed new player card in those packages. We sealed them back up, took them to school, and sold them for $0.25 a piece. Guaranteed to have a brand new football card that nobody else had.
You're a genius.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, me and my friend who wrote the stats would split that quarter. That's 12.5 cents a piece. We had less than 5 cents a piece put into it, and we were turning a dime a piece profit, and we were selling lunch money right and left. I mean, Yep, them boys was spending their lunch money, and a few of the girls.
Oh.
Right up until we got called into the principal's office. I wish my mother, who is deceased, could tell this story, because that woman got called into the principal's office more times for me, about me, because I was starting businesses at school. Okay, but anyway, that was the first time that I realized that art could be profitable if you had the right statistician with you. And just so you know, and I was voted most likely to succeed in art in high school. And he went on to become the one of the leading sportscasters in the state of Oklahoma. And you're wearing that Oklahoma Sooner shirt. You know who he is. That was my buddy. And it wasn't Dean Blevins, but it was Barry Trammell, and he's one of the greatest sportscasters in the state of Oklahoma.
Wow.
You
That
went
was my
to school
buddy.
with Mary Trammell.
Yeah, we were in business together at one time.
In fifth grade.
You need to hook back up with him.
That's the first I remember of considering my art as my thing. I still had it in the back of my mind that if I got bigger, I was going to play for the Dallas Cowboys. So I did keep practicing, and I played football, but I just never got big enough. I just never got. I never got big. I didn't hit a growing spurt until I got in high school. But anyway, so I decided in the fifth grade that I would at least keep making better grades by drawing, and I would pursue that. I couldn't help it. Had a creative mind, so that's the best that I can remember it. I believe the talent was equally divided by my parents' genes, and was, I want to say, blessed upon me by God. But I didn't like it. I didn't want to be an artist. I wanted to be a football player. But I'm gonna tell you what. I've been doing freelance art for, well, close, I guess 50 years. And it's always fed me. I have learned to understand it is a gift. It is all glory to God, and it is to be shared.
Amen.
It's not to be buried. It's not to be taken lightly. And so what I've always done since I was a kid is made sure that I didn't draw something that the Jesus of my youth, of my understanding, if he were sitting right next to me, I couldn't be proud of. So I never drew naked women, and I didn't even. I'm not even talking for profit. I always understood that I didn't want this gift, and it was gifted to me, and so I wanted to bring honor and to my parents. I didn't want to disrespect them, so I always made sure that nobody would ever run across a piece of art out there in the world somewhere. And I was riding Harley Davidsons up and down the highway, folks. I was drinking my cold beer and acting a heathen, but I didn't use that art. And I'd airbrush motorcycle tanks, and they're eagles. They're screaming eagles and stuff like that. Sometimes someone asks me for something, I say, "Well, man, I'm wore out. I can't do it." I'm not an insultive person. I'm not a judgmental person. But what I am is understanding that if I don't repel those people that don't see things the way I see them, there's a good chance that they may see a different side to someone who knows that Christ is in their heart. Okay, that's enough of that stuff.
Very good.
Point is that I hope I answered your question. Probably too much. So.
Yes, I think we just kind of wanted to know how there is so much talent and personality wrapped up in you. all start? So when you got on YouTube, when did you start getting on YouTube and doing your magic?
I had a big homestead. Okay, I'm a country boy. I had a big homestead. Had a big woodworking shop. I like to do chainsaw carvings and anything that
Wow.
that my benches and
Cool.
flowers and planters, and I love to remodel houses and try to copy old woodwork, you know. And so I tried to learn, and I did learn the skills of the tools. So I had a big woodworking shop, and I also love hot rods. I love classic hot rods. I'm a cla- I add this because my channel has evolved at the moment. Um, but I love classic hot rods and cars. Don't get me wrong. I love Hummers. I love Hummers too. But off-road vehicles, country life, that kind of stuff, and I had a huge shop built. Okay, I had a monster shop built, way bigger than my savings would ever allow me to fill up. But guess what? I was going to try. I'm not a good mechanic, but I know that there are sources that I can learn anything. I couldn't get nothing fixed out in the country where I was at, so I just went to school. I went to night school at Botech with the kids. They got all these high school kids, and I'm 50, so I'm 60 years old. No, 55, something like that. I'm in there learning how to be a small engine mechanic because there wasn't nobody out there where I lived that would do what I wanted them to do with my quads, my off-road vehicles, and I got a pretty creative imagination. So I figured if I learned a little body and fender work and all that kind of stuff, man, I learned to blow fiberglass fins, and I was making eagles coming out of hoods of things. But anyway, I lived in the country, had a big piece of property, loved farming. Man, you put me in a tractor, I turn the radio on, and I'll brush hog all day long into the night, be up the next morning at dawn with a cup of coffee ready to go again. But my shop, either one of them, you could not come in the driveway. You did not hear classic rock and roll blaring, not playing out of the little plug-in music blaster. It was blaring. I bet I spent more on speakers than I did on DeWalt tools. But
Well, back then, DeWalt wasn't a thing.
well, now this was not that far long ago though, Monty.
Oh,
You said my YouTube adventure. This is where it started.
okay.
Oh, okay.
But there's certain things that I couldn't do without. I have a certain brand of tools that I like. Have a certain brand of boots that I wear. Okay, and I got a certain pickup truck that I drive. And I'm not going to sit and argue with anybody over if their brand or make and model is better. I like mine, and I'm going to keep it. I'm a critter person. That's obvious. If it don't have an animal in the name, I don't want it. So I'm a Dodge Ram man. So
I had a Dodge Ram.
I had this Dodge
Bronco.
right? Now I'm not into the electronic stuff where you're talking to your car and it's turning whenever you tell it to turn and things. I have a hard enough time seeing, so I might be a good thing for me. I don't know, but anyway, I had this Dodge Ram. It wasn't a 350 or 3500. It was 2500, but it was lifted. It had tires that could get into the fields and get the Fords pull them out. So anyway, I had me a nice truck, and the window fell down in it. And so I took it apart. Mistake. Couldn't get it back together, and I thought that kid of mine was telling me something about my humor, which I don't think it's humor. It's just my way of looking at life, and how it would make a great YouTube channel. But I'm still painfully shy, folks, until I got friends, and when we're close friends, I do shut up then, okay? Because I know now they're going to invite me back someday. But but I had this shop, had this Dodge Ram in this beautiful, beautiful automotive shop that I'd built. Couldn't put it back, couldn't put the window and the door back together. So my daughter told me about YouTube, and she said, just go in there and type your question. It'll finish it for you. And I said, I'm tired of people finishing my sentence. I've got a wife that does that and a mother that does that. But unfortunately, they're both gone now, and I kind of miss them. But I typed my question in there, how to fix the passenger side window, and it went Dodge Ram, and I went, wow, we really do have problems with Dodge. Anyway, I clicked on it, watched the video. It was cool. I took it out to the truck, and I piece by piece put that thing back together. And I went, wow, this is amazing. I went down a rabbit hole. Everything I ever wanted to know about life, but was afraid to ask, I started asking. What? I YouTube videos. My first question I ever asked it after I discovered how cool it was, I wrote, if you're shy and in the 5th grade, how do you talk to man, don't ever go down those rabbit holes. There are crazy people who will give you crazy advice. And then if you want to know the real secret, you only got to pay $19.95.
To find out what the secret is.
Oh my goodness.
But I had the country at that time, and that's my life. I love it. Okay. I love sitting on my porch and seeing the deer trust me so much to come up in the mornings, and all the critters. I love it. So anyway, I got blindsided and my relationship ended. And so I put all my stuff in storage with the obvious goal of buying more property, starting again. But I'm getting older, so I had to kind of adjust my plan. Yeah. In the meantime, all my work that I was doing out there and all my freelance accounts would keep me afloat. So I moved into a motel and set up a big, huge monster computer setup in there. And I just continued doing my freelance art. Because I found out years and years before that, I started doing freelance design, and then I would get accounts where I would create full lines for companies. And I start with a logo, and next thing you know, I was designing ad campaigns and full t-shirt lines. If it weren't for non-disclosure agreements, man, I would brag. Some of my clients started out as a small business, because I'm old, remember that. And I'm not saying I helped them get where they're at. I'm just saying I started on the ground floor with these folks and doing their artwork, their logos, their signs, sometimes going up and hand painting their billboards. And now they're monster companies. And I've got clients like that all over the world.
Wow.
I've got them in Hawaii, Australia. I mean, I built the client base. So when I went through this, I didn't have a fear. God's always looked out for me. And he provided me this tool to do it. I learned things got more progressive when you didn't hand paint billboards anymore. You printed them out on a computer. I rented a computer from Computer Center. A little DOS-based black and white thing where your X's and O's. But I learned to work a computer, and every time the computer's upgraded, I upgraded with them. I did like doing computer graphics. I really did. But I used it in my business. Design T-shirts for my clients. Get new clients. I competed. One of my fun things was competing all over, especially after I went through this breakup and stuff. I loved competing on these freelance websites against designers all over the world. There'll be a client will come in and put in what their description they want. And I was competing against these kids, man. And I'm going to tell you what, them kids in India, they can draw. But anyway, I was competing. I was having a ball competing against all these youngsters, hotshot kids and graphic designers, and holding my own. I worked my way up with, I think there was several million designers active on the site. I worked my way up in the top 100, and that's pretty good for an old man. So anyway, was living in a motel and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't have tractors, and I couldn't get in and work on vehicles and stuff. So I spent more time on YouTube. And while I never had the idea of starting a YouTube channel, I did continue to do freelance art and then also host and do art for my clients. I didn't have a want to create a YouTube channel because I couldn't find what I would be comfortable doing. I'm not a boaster. I mean, y'all probably don't believe that. But I'm not. I don't boast and brag because it's not me. It truly is for me. It is all glory to God. So I don't have anything to boast and brag about. I have fun stuff and fun stories. But I couldn't think of a reason why I would make a video. I am shy. I'm here alone, me and Harley, and so it's easy to talk to I got Monty and Michelle on the TV, behind. So it's like I'm talking to them, and so it makes it more comfortable for me. But I didn't want to make a channel, and then I got into the age and things started to where it was more difficult to get work done. I started going a little bit, and
No.
but I started to meet through YouTube, not personally, but meet people. And I thought, man, I would love to design a logo for that person. So what I started out doing was just designing them and emailing them to them. Say, this is just a thank you for, it's not shout outs and props and nothing like that. It's just to say thank you for providing content that makes my day brighter,
Wow.
A lot of people never responded back. Some did. More didn't respond back than did. But that wasn't the reason I was doing it. If I had tons of money in the bank, I'd probably bought memberships into people's channels and stuff. Sent Christmas presents, and I'd have had T-shirts made up with my artwork for them and just sent that to them. But I didn't have that budget. I was still wanting property, and I didn't want to just go all in trying to make stuff for people. So I just said thank you with art.
Okay.
Eventually, I started the channel, but it was with the intent of to make it known that I made free art for people. Okay. I found out real quick, nobody believes anything is for free. Most people don't believe that you do this out of the goodness of your heart. You do it because you're told to sometimes. You do it because your friends ask you to sometimes. But I did it because people brought me joy. I go to y'all's channels. I see Troy Sutton, different people in there. Uh, I don't say this because they invited me in here, Monty and Michelle. I avidly watch their content. I
Oh,
don't always comment. I watch their stuff because they bring joy to my day. And I'm selfish. I want happiness. There's a lot of bad and difficult things that go on in the world. I come to YouTube to search for a smile. I come to YouTube to
wow.
search for knowledge of things that I don't know in the country. I don't know beekeeping, but what I do know about beekeeping is all learned through that couple right there.
Oh
It's
my.
fascinating,
Woo!
fascinating to me.
Woo!
I want to get one of them little smoke machine can things to see if I can freeze Harley from being a brat, because they spray them bees and they calm down. I'm gonna see if it work on Harley. Anyway,
It won't.
Oh
I'll
my
save you the
goodness.
money.
so my channel just went, but y'all know it. Probably everybody in the chat knows it was just it wasn't going anywhere. I spent a year. Now I wasn't consistent. It wasn't YouTube's fault. It wasn't some mythical algorithm. It wasn't the people who watched the videos and stuff. I wasn't consistent with it. I had concepts, but my dream was to get property and film that because I could build anything, and I knew that I would have. If I go buy a trash piece of property, I would have content because I would have every project from start to finish and the transformation. But that's what I love to do, not to put it in a video. And
Yeah.
I'm not a teacher. I'm not an educator. I had people tell me just teach the art side of it, and I thought I can't because I'm self-taught. I don't have the language. I have shortcuts that even I've never seen a video on it because I learned it worked. And no piece of art that I do is one dimensional. They always have a story to them. I don't care if I'm designing you a logo. It has a story, it has a purpose, it has stuff hidden in it that I can transform into. If you want a black and white boring logo, I can make you one. But it's designed, and right next to it is a two-dimensional design. And then there's a three-dimensional design that's layers where stuff can go in behind and motion can happen. And now you've got a opening to it. My brain works that way, especially if I love the person or about the person that I'm designing for. I've
That
got
that's why
artwork.
you're Mickey with Critter Creek.
There's no person that I've ever done artwork for that the last piece of art is the last piece that I did for them. I've got stuff that
Wow.
and ideas that would just blow your mind. I've got an idea for our profile picture headers,
The banners.
our channel headers.
Yeah.
I've got an idea for a seasonal package that it changes with the seasons or the holiday package. Your
Wow.
header changes with the holidays, and
Wow.
I've got one channel that I picked out. I've got all the artwork done. It's just a channel that I love to listen to. It's I'm going to say it's a faceless channel, but
Wow.
it's a homesteading community channel. I absolutely love. I can sit and listen to this voice all day long.
Wow.
And I've designed a holiday header package and got approval to put a video out on that. And I know I'm getting crazy and way ahead of everything and talking too long, but I didn't have the intent to make a channel. When I did start making videos, I was never comfortable. Because I do it I do it for the gift.
Wow.
And and so if I start to watch views and subscribers, I started to get down about it, and I didn't want to be that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of shut down. Now, I have had some health issues too, which weren't excuses, they're true. My eye got really bad, and so it became more difficult to do what I love. I love doing the YouTubes, okay? I like designing logos and anything that people in my community that I choose to be a part of and they choose to accept me. Um, I love doing art of any kind for them. They got a company T-shirt they need done. They know they can contact me. I'll do it. It's behind the scenes. I do that all the time, folks. I just wasn't making videos about it, and I was enjoying it because I knew those people were growing to be my friends. And if they didn't like where we were at, we'd make a foul. I'd tell them from the start. I don't care if it's 1,000 changes. If you don't love it, I'm not happy that you're keeping it. And so I quit making those videos. Now, I recently, last year went on Social Security. I got old enough, and I went to Social Security. My eyesight started getting worse, so I'm doing less and less freelance work. I'm burning up a savings, and I still have a dream. I still have a belief in a God that is so magnificent that he will take this old man and put me on Critter Creek, on a property where I can caretake the land. I don't know what will happen out there, but I will build a hot rod. uh, and I will do a lot of fishing. And whether you like me, dislike me, or what, when I talk about fishing, I do love to fish. But God told me one time, and I'm going to tell y'all exactly what he told me. I found such peace and tranquility in fishing, and he showed me that my relationship with people, I drink my cold beer. I do. I smoke a Marlboro. I do. I might say a bad word every now and then. I do. There's no man on this planet, I guarantee you, that believes deeper in the love of Jesus Christ and God. And there is no one that has researched and stayed in the Word for any longer and believes any deeper. That is the truth. And the God of my understanding showed me, while you love fishing, and I do love fishing, I can't drive down the road. If I see a puddle on the side of the road, I got to go find out if there's a fish in there. You'll see me sitting out on the highway, with a little puddle of water fishing, But God showed me that by the acceptance that I have of people, that I don't push people away because maybe they don't talk the way I talk or they don't believe or whatever. Because of the acceptance of that truly I'm a fisher of men. I'm a fisher of men. I want to, through my actions and behaviors, to make people understand there's a whole different understanding of God out there.
You gotta let your light shine.
And you know what? You're exactly right, Monty. And if you're going around with a sign saying, "Hey, check my light out," then I don't know. But if someone says, "I don't know what it is about you, you're the most annoying person," someone invites you onto their channel and you just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. But I want to hang out. That's that light you're talking about, Monty. It's a kindness. It's an acceptance.
Yes.
So my channel was about cartoons, and that's what I wanted. Not everybody wants cartoons. In fact, I've heard some comments about my art, but hey, I love them. I love those comments when I hear them. I don't ever respond to the person telling me that stuff. I never say, "Well, blah blah blah." I never do that. What I do is it gives me I love praying for people, and I love praying for blessings for people. So that just gives me, it helps me with my list.
Yeah.
Because if you're so sad that you have to go and be involved in chaos, and discord and anger, then you need some blessings. You need some blessings. So
Yeah.
anyway, I, channel has changed. You mentioned it. So did I even come close to answering? It was an accident. I didn't mean to start a channel. I wasn't comfortable doing it. Plus, it at 565 subscribers, 568, 565, 570, 560. Man, I wrote down the number 568 on a piece of paper and said, someday I'm just going to wear a shirt that said 568 on it, and I'm the only one that's going to know what it was. I stuck there for 2.5 years.
Yeah. It can take a while.
Well, yeah. I'm not good at it, and I wasn't consistent. I'm sure it was my fault. Um,
Well, we've noticed your shorts have just exploded.
I'm having so much fun with that.
They're crazy. The numbers you're getting on those shorts are crazy. Well, the shorts themselves are crazy.
They are, and
Yeah. So,
you have to tell a story in a minute. Can you imagine that for me?
well, we have a couple of questions about that.
Yeah.
So, in a minute, I think the one thing is, did we see you dancing with an albino python in one of your shorts?
You did, and hey, the dancing part, I made stills for that. That's an actual photograph or several photographs of me and my albino Burmese python, Merlin.
Do you still
I'm
have it?
No, no. I rehomed it. I'm huge into um, something that it's a revised version of humane education for children, and basically it's just teaching the next generation, and in my case would be grandkids generations, because I got old. But I used to give these whole summer camps, teaching kids to be kind to the planet and show them easy ways to do that. Pick up trash.
Mm-hmm.
You won't see me walking through Walmart parking lot today still and step over a piece of trash. You won't see it. It's not who I am. That's not what I do. So I teach the kids to be kind to the planet. There's a lot of ways we can do that. To be kind to one another. Find that person in your school that nobody says hi to. Find that person that maybe their clothes are dirty. Maybe they stink. Find that person and be kind to them. Okay. You can find a cute girl on the park on the playground and be kind to her too. Don't get me wrong, but she might whip you anyway. And to be kind to the animals that inhabit this earth. So I teach them about picking up turtles and moving it across the pathways on bike paths with your parents' permission, that kind of stuff. Never handle a snake and all that kind of stuff. You never know if it's a good snake or a bad snake. But in doing that, I would introduce them to Merlin, which was a 18-foot python. Okay, and I used to this will be a surprise to nobody. I love making Christmas floats and parade floats. I love making these wire sculptures and plaster Paris all around them and then painting them in detail. So I was the director of a rescue zoo. And I started out just working part-time there because I love animals as the barnyard, working in the barnyard keeper. And then I went to the exotics and the primates. And then I went on to the ornery animals, the carnivores. And before I knew it, I was the manager of education director. and rewriting all the programs for the summer kids programs and the tour guides and stuff. Next thing I knew, the board of directors asked me to be the director of this place. I'm working full time at home at night doing my art, and I'm running a rescue zoo during the day. But I loved it. Well, that's where Merlin came into my life.
Okay.
He was 14 foot long, and it made me mad. I don't like cages, okay? So I want to build habitats for everything. Well, with American alligators and snakes and most every animal, if you put them in a small thing, they quit growing. So I'm gonna build.
Oh my.
I'm gonna build a place where it could feel like it was a python. And so anyway, I used to take that. I used to take that snake to the parades when the weather was right, because snakes are climate, sensitive. When the weather was right, like 89ers Day parade and stuff, you guys know about that here in Oklahoma. I used to take him to the parade, and I'd carry him to the parade, and I would take him up to. But now you see how many times 18 foot got to wrap around you for you to be able to carry him. Now, what I never showed in the pictures or on the camera was that I had a young kid that worked for me right behind me, just in case I got tired walking that parade route. But I would build a float with all these animals that I sculpted, and I'd have everybody help, and the kids from my junior zookeeper camp help, and then they're the ones that rode on the float. They're the superstars. My staff and me, we walked and gave out candy and carried big snakes. But that snake, he used to just live. He was so big, he just lived in a little, an enclosure thing. Well, when I started handling, and well, not just me, but I taught my keepers to handle him the way I did, the ones that wanted to learn. We started taking him out into our educational classes, and so we would stretch him out, me and the keepers, and we would have a line, a whole classroom came in on buses. They'd be all lined up there, third graders, fourth graders, and they'd put their hands out, and we'd take Merlin and lay him gently in their arms, and I'd always pick out one that looked really shy, that would, and I'd say, I don't know, wait, lift your arms up. I'd lift their arms up. I'd say, let me see your muscles. And they'd show me their muscles. And I'd say, I need you to come down here with me. And I'd take them down there and make them feel special. They're going to hold Merlin's head with me. I'm going to need your help because he's strong. And I'd make that kid would be the most popular kid the whole rest of the tour, So I was educating and working with kids at the same time with animals. That's where Merlin came in. I had a lot of photographs. And I was wanting to do this video of the iconic Tuesday or Wednesday dance from the Addams Family and that new series. I wanted to do that, and I thought, look, it's either that or I'm going to do a video with Britney Spears because she has one of those albino Burmese pythons. But I couldn't find any pictures ever where she was wearing enough clothes.
Yeah.
So I chose Wednesday. Okay, it was Halloween month, and I chose that. And I can't believe you caught that.
We backed it up. We just let it keep playing because we had to see that again. But there's a question here on those shorts, and Monty and I were wondering, are there any copyright issues?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes and no. And I don't really want to talk about this because I don't want to ever be the reason somebody's channel gets in trouble.
Okay. Yeah. So
I actually,
whatever you want or don't want.
Well, I just don't want anybody to take me as an authority on this. Okay. Right. I don't want that to be misunderstood. Because I don't want to be the reason something goes awry in anybody's channel.
Right.
Let me tell you what I did. I joined a group, and that is YouTube people. And so then if I ask a question there, I'm not getting an opinion. I'm getting a fact. Okay.
Okay. Good.
I've had, since I started my channel, wanting to put music with my cartoons, you know.
Yeah.
And boy, that's a touchy zone.
Mm-hmm. It is.
When I made my video about will AI replace me, okay, I'm gonna tell you what, folks. I learned I painted billboards with a brush up on a lift truck, 40 feet in the air. And I learned real quick to love computers when they started printing those things out. Because I am not a big fan of being up there painting a 40-foot, across 20-foot tall rhinoceros for a zoo or a wildlife park in the wind. Okay, so when they started printing those things out, loved it. Well, when I started researching AI tools and stuff, whew, I said to a friend of mine, I said, if they had come out with this stuff when I was a young man, I would be a millionaire. Because you can take your skills, if you're into arts and crafts, and you have that. It's a tangible item. That's what I love to do. That's why I loved drawing pastel portraits. Because I could send it to somebody. It was in their hands. They could frame it. But with AI, you can take that pastel portrait and you can say, make this realistic or hyper realistic. And you find the right words. It takes research. You find the right words. And it will turn your art in. I took my U-tunes. Y'all haven't seen it. All those U-tunes I did. Man, I got them people dancing, singing. Chasing holding their chicken. I got one lady who loves her roosters. I got her rooster playing a guitar next to her, and she's moving. These are my drawings, the U-tunes that you saw. I'd spend 2 weeks drawing one U-tune, and I got them now where they can move after I've got them drawn. So, to answer your question with the music, I know everybody, people would like to know that. There is a way on full video, full long form content to do that, okay? But I haven't found a way to where you can do it and not have to pay pretty extravagant fees for it, okay? Now, YouTube Shorts is different. YouTube Shorts has secured a vast library of licensing. Now, see, I asked people, even in our community, this very question, and nobody would give me an answer. I never got an answer to how are you using that great music in your videos? When I got into a group with people who are YouTube people, and some monster creators, and asked the question, how are they using this music in their YouTube shorts or in their videos? And they explained it's very difficult in long form content. In under a minute video, which would classify as a short, YouTube has secured the rights to a vast amount of songs. Not every song on the planet is available.
Wow.
So what I do,
okay,
I love rock and roll, okay? And my theory is to test this out. What I did was, if you go to my shorts, okay, there's 5 videos. You got to scroll down to find them. They're all black. I went out at night and shot a video, and I said, boy, it's raining outside. And I uploaded it right then. I did that 5 times in a row to find a baseline of how, I don't want to say how ridiculous, but you'll see it. It's a black line you scroll down and you'll see it. And it's all weather related. It happened to be raining at the time. One of them was, it's said at the same time, it says, does anybody else wonder what the word altruistic means? And that was it. That's pretty much it. I wanted to do 5 because that's how many shorts I figured I would do in a week's time. Each one of them got 1,000 views.
What?
Now wait. And I went, okay, I followed the instructions that I was given, which was don't take your phone out, shoot a short, and upload it. You're not editing it. And if you don't believe it, just try it. Well, that's what I did. So I shot it, and then I went upload to YouTube. I was willing to sacrifice. I wasn't going anywhere with my channel anyway. 5 times I did this. And uploaded it, and it does allow you to pick your thumbnail. Well, there's no thumbnail. It's dark, so I just use whatever. A thumbnail has to be in your short. You have to use one frame from your short. But anyway, there wasn't nothing, so I just let YouTube pick it. And you type a title, and I would type like, "Wow, it's raining out here," something like that. You just have to go look. Yeah. I tested it 5 days in a row, and every one of them hit 1,000 views. And I said, so now, based on the friends that I had met's advice, they said, now and then make a video that you're intentional about, but don't stress over it, Matt. You get to know me, I've got so much hidden stuff in my videos that I've got to do that in the shorts too. So anyway, so I went and created an intentional video. I thought, I've got a relationship. I'm not saying we're buddy and fish together with some of the people in the duck call room at the duck commander. And I wanted to make an intentional video, but I wanted to pick a vibe. The reason for the 5 videos was during that time, what would you make videos about? What do you love? That was the question I was asked. Say, what do you love? And I went, well, I don't love art. I like it. I like to do it, and I still do it behind the scenes for people. But that's not what I love. I love God, but I don't want to make videos about that. I don't want to stand on a street corner and preach. I love, and my kids, they don't want to be in one of my videos. It was pretty limited, and I thought, what do you do daily on YouTube? You're looking for people. See, YouTube isn't going to put my short. I'm not going to make shorts for people. YouTube's going to look for musical videos to entertain their people, which is their viewers. So if they don't punish me or bless me because of my video. They're not going to go find viewers for me. The algorithm is going to take viewers and go find videos for them. So I thought, well, if you're not making videos about what you love, you're not going to be, you're not going to keep doing it. You're going to do like I've been doing, 5 videos here and then be gone for 6 months. So what would I be consistent about? And I thought, what is my constant in every day? I go to YouTube. I've got a playlist of music that I love that I've got it in a private playlist. And when I'm designing cartoons of you guys, it's playing. I go to YouTube, turn it on, and it's playing in the background. Apparently, I've played it so much they started putting ads on. But anyway, while I'm drawing cartoons, I'm playing music in the background. What is it? Classic rock and roll. Okay. It's not because I'm old, but I love vintage TV, vintage movies, vintage music, classics, because they were cleaner. Okay. They were entertaining to me. So I thought classic rock and roll. That's my vibe. And I'm just going to make some videos about that, intentional videos about that. So like I said, I have, a working kind of relationship, I'll say, with some people. And I want one of my favorite episodes that they ever did was when was their final episode when Uncle Si was quitting. and he wanted to go on a away party, and so he invited the band to play, and it was ZZ Top, and I love that song "Sharp Dressed Man." So I thought I'm gonna make my first video about that. To answer your question, I know ran it on about the music. I understood the advice was that if a song that you like or want to use is available on when you're making your shorts, and you say upload this short, and it says add sound, add music, and you search for that music. If it's available, you can use it, okay? Because YouTube's already paid for the right for you to use it under 1 minute, okay? And they provide that to you as a creator as long as it's under 1 minute, and as long as it's in their list, If you just make the video, go to your programs, attach the music, you'll get a copyright strike like that because I don't have the permission for that. YouTube Shorts does. So that's how I'm able to make these. Now, I'm making an intentional video of ZZ Top, and I'm going to start testing the waters. Same thing I did with the YouTunes and stuff, but now I drew Billy Gibbons, okay? And I did part of the video collecting footage of Billy Gibbons playing at Duck Commander for that concert that they put on for Si's retirement. And then in the middle, I said, and it transformed into my drawing of Billy Gibbons, and it shows me drawing him, and the finishes up with that under 1 minute. Could you imagine that?
Wow.
And it plays to the tune of Sharp Dressed Man. 2,000 views. Bam. I beat my Storms videos.
Wow.
I quickly realized if I were going to continue along that method, this drawing people, I wasn't going to do any better at that. And plus, it's near impossible to get monetized through shorts. You just got to have something blow up and go crazy. But I did enjoy being able to put the music. I gradually, first few videos, I did the art, and then I gradually got farther and farther away from that. But the purpose for the first 5, 6, 7 videos was it started to build a community of people who are my age, who love classic rock and roll, classic country music, who will send me suggestions of what music they would listen to, and I doubled my subscriber rate with 2 videos. I reached my 1,000 subscribers with 2 videos, and
wow.
I understand all the people, the teachers of how to make YouTube videos, saying that'll damage your channel and all. You can't damage what's not already there, But if you treat people the way that I talked about early on in this blessing you invited me to, if you treat people with respect and kindness and a welcomeness and a non-judgmental attitude, then they will become more than a bunch of people listening to rock and roll videos. You will start conversations. They will be subscribers that, anyway, there's a community growing of people my age, and we're sharing information. So many, and then, I'll leave it at that. And there's also people who I have met through my community, which is a homesteading, outdoor life, country folks type of deal, who have graciously followed me in and are watching my shorts too and leaving comments. YouTube tends to, when I say YouTube, I mean the computer. YouTube is a computer. The algorithm seems to dig the communication in my videos. There's people making better videos, but they tend to appreciate the interaction in the videos, and so they recommend it to 10 more of people who would watch videos like it. So what I'm doing is a calculated growth process with my channel. My channel is about, I've changed a lot of things behind the scenes on the channel so YouTube understands where it's going. It's entertainment. I want my channel to be a place people stop by for a few minutes a day just to get a smile, just to get some good, clean entertainment. It'll be music, movies, trivia, that kind of thing. It's going to, but I have to growth it, and it has to be growth. Like, and I don't want to just overwhelm the conversation with this, but I believe in it. See, I don't believe God creates super saints. No, sorry, I don't believe that. Some people are hard headed, and you got to be walking on the road to Damascus and bam, get blinded. But for the most people, I believe that God growths. And I believe the metaphors of him being the potter, and he's working out all the little bugs and nooks and dill. And I believe he leaves some of that stuff for people to realize this is not a perfect vase. There's only one perfect vessel. But
right.
I believe that my biblical understanding of being growth is a principle that is in our lives. If we use the growth method in gardening, and we don't try to make a super garden, we growth it. We work with the soil. We put nutrients that are natural and stuff into it for next year, and we learn, we educate, we growth that piece of property for health. But that's what I'm doing with my channel. I'm growthing it. It's calculated. It's calculated, and behind there's 1 minute on them shorts. Every educator in this field says keep that thing under 15 seconds. I won't watch it if it's over 15 seconds. I will growth you. I will hook you. I will growth you into enjoying 1 minute of your day watching one of my videos. But I have to growth my channel, and my videos are constantly getting a little cleaner. I've made some. You ask about copyright things. I've been advised. I've uploaded some videos, and they've given me some notifications. That and explanations as to why this is not a copyright strike, but it is a warning that this certain amount of the profits from this will do this or that. I take those down, but I'm able to read. They're very, very good. They meaning the computer, at explaining if you take your time, don't panic. At first, I would have wanted just to panic and get it off my channel, so I'm not in trouble. Now I take the time to read everything and why it is and what part of that video was an issue. And so, even though you're seeing a video that is made from other creators, usually the bands, no piece of that video is left untouched. In other words, I don't take somebody's footage and run it there. I am taking an educated approach to all the pictures you see of the bands and stuff that'll flash up in the middle of those. I literally take an old, more grainy photograph, and I take that into my art studio, and I'll enhance the colors and clean up the scratches, I'll change it. I'll rotate it, and I'll take this head off this picture and put it on this body. And so those things that pop up in there, not only am I creating Okay, here's the kicker. Not only am I creating a video, I'm creating art that's being put on, that people are seeing and putting on Pinterest because they've never seen that photograph before.
Wow.
So,
So
Amazing.
you are putting in a ton of time
no,
on even just
well,
that 1 minute short.
in the beginning, because I'm refining my process,
Right.
and you'll see it
Wow.
if you go to my first one and you go to my playlist.
Mhm.
Go to my playlist, or someone can go to my playlist and go and watch. Start with the first one. I think they're in order. It's called The Art of Rock and Roll, and start playing them, and you'll see. It's not that I'm learning more and getting smarter or more creative. I'm growing myself technique wise into now my most recent videos are my best videos. I've got one that's fixing to hit 1 million views, and I'm
Was
so
that Elvis?
excited. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. But what I'm most excited about is the ones that don't succeed, because I explain that because I'm in this for the long haul. When I get my property, I'm out there jamming the rock and roll, then I will be making my list and my videos. Okay, um, because I'm enjoying this, and the content, my full length content, will be even just as fun. That's where I'll start to get more watch hours and things like that. But I'm having fun, and that's the main thing. And I wasn't having fun when I kind of withdrew back. I enjoy the community, the people types that are in the community. I look forward to meetups. Um, I will be doing some in my entertainment, full long videos. I'll be doing some tour guide stuff, which I'm showing people of events that's coming up, and
Wow.
stuff that I find that I think that they would be interested in. But I'm sorry, I rambled on about that. But yeah, the shorts are, I'm having fun, but it's there's stuff hidden in them. It kind of lets you know where it's going next, where it's going next, where it's going next. If you look at my channel headers, my YouTube channel header,
It changed.
it's a map telling you where the content is going, the style, the vibe. It's old school. It's I Love Lucy. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
It's classic rock, classic movies, commercials, vintage toys. Just
Wow.
fun stuff. Hey, who doesn't remember those things? And for 1 minute a day in a short, if I can't growth you into having a memory in 1 minute of your day that just naturally encourages you to say, "Man, I remember where I was at when I got my first Hot Wheel," or in this case, right now, man, I remember where I was at when I was walking down there and I heard Juice Newton's voice come on the radio. You so fun is to bring a little bit of fun. It's a place to stop by and see if you can get some, just get away from stress, quit being a grown up, man. It's boring. Just come be a kid for a minute.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Bring back the memories.
yeah, yeah,
Bring back the
that's what it
memories.
is. I'm sorry I talk. So I don't even know what time it is.
Oh, that's okay. We don't care tonight. But good night, Robbie. Though Robbie had to turn
Hey,
in. But
Robbie.
um, so you're putting out a short a day then?
No.
No. Okay, I thought you were. I thought maybe that's what I heard. But okay,
Every 5.
you're on number 5.
No, I put out one every 4 or every
Okay.
5 days, and
Yeah,
then
not the week.
after a week, I shorten it to every 4 days. It'll eventually get to where it's every other day, so that I can put out a full video in between those. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm holding to a schedule. See,
That's good.
I'm trying to train YouTube's computer algorithm.
Oh man.
I'm growing it to anticipate when I'm going to do that.
Well, when you get it figured out, please share.
Oh, yeah, I won't make any videos on it. That's not what my channel's about.
I know,
But behind the scenes, anybody can send me an email and still ask for art. I'm still doing art. And they can ask me, how are you doing this? Or how did you get this effect? Or any, I will never keep that from somebody behind the scenes, you know. But I'm not going to put out videos on it.
Right. Okay.
I said more tonight than I normally would have. But that's just because I don't want somebody trying to use a method that I talk about, and if it goes wrong, that's on them. That's not on me. It's working for me.
Yeah. And I was forgetting too that YouTube on the shorts they do allow you to use music. I don't do very many shorts.
Now remember, they allow you to use music, but
1 minute.
It's got to be under a minute. You know, and you can make a 3-minute short. It won't even let you put music on that.
Okay.
And if you make the short, I make my shorts on a desktop, and I send them to my phone, and from my phone, there's no music on it. Now, when I edit them, I have the music there. It's the same one that I've already found in the studio. So I put it on my desktop and I sync those up. And it takes a process where you start that thing, because you're playing one recording of a sound, and this is not what's actually going to be under that. So in my early videos, you'll see they're a little off. And the farther I've got into the process, I mean, they're dead on now. They're singing the song, and that's not even the music from that video. But remember, anybody that listened to what she said, you can't make a video, go find a cool song and attach it in your art editing program, your video editing program, and upload that. You can't do that. It's got to be from your phone, and you can't do that from your PC. You got to have a video with no music on it on your phone, whether you shot it with your phone or in my case, I upload it, download it to my phone, then it's there. I've made the whole thing in Premiere Pro, but there's no music to it. And then I go and add music there on my phone from YouTube Studio. That's how, because they've paid for the licensing to allow their users and creators to do that. So don't go put together a video and put cool music to it and upload it to YouTube Shorts, because you will get in trouble.
You'll get tagged.
You got to do it. If you go back and watch my shorts, there's a short of Mocha, a dog wearing a diaper, and Harley, both of them wearing diapers when they were in season. And it's got the music. This was my first test on their theory that I'm being told. It's got the music, Sharp Dressed Man, to it. There's a reason behind that. I wasn't trying to make a viral video or anything. I wanted to know if I got. That was the first time I uploaded the way that I was taught to do it, and I wanted to make sure I didn't get a copyright issue on it. And it worked, and so I went, "Oh no, now we're in trouble."
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, well, who knew?
Wow.
Well, we were binging on your shorts at one point. So
Because I'm old too, so I like classic rock.
Yeah, it was we're right there together.
I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm very calculated, Monty, at what I'm doing. But I'm going to be introducing some classic country because I like that too. I really like that blues kind of rock country, pop, rock country. But I'm a big Alan Jackson fan, and people who are storytellers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I feel comfortable. My skills have been developed. I put out one of these now. I'm at every 4 days, but it doesn't. I can come up with an idea when I lay down tonight, and I start just singing tunes in my head. I come up with an idea, and my first question is, do you think people are looking to listen, or looking on YouTube to listen to this song? Because I got a bunch of them I love, but I don't make videos I love specifically. I make videos that I think people would enjoy. Because I love the stuff, but there's a lot of classic rock country that I enjoy too, and I'll be casually getting into that, and then I'll be rock and roll, a little bit of pop country, rock and roll, a little bit of pop country. That way I can mix it in there and not anger my new friends. And I'm already asking them questions in the shorts and the ones that I've started communications with. Would you watch this? An old episode, a short version episode of Lucille Ball's 5 funniest dance moves. See, now I'm getting them into dance videos. And now I can take that and put a music behind it in a short. So it's all going to mesh together in the future, where I can play. I don't know. I'm big into Western movies, and there's just some great lines from movies. So I'll be able to have some 5 best clips from Western movies, and it's like those famous clips are stuck in your head. When you hear it, you know where it's from and what movie it was and where you were at when you saw it.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah, that is on the first of my list. I'm your Huckleberry, and I'm already setting those things in motion in my community tab. But you'll see.
Okay.
I'm asking, what's your favorite movie? And in there is a drawing of me wearing Doc Holliday's clothes, and it says, "I'm your Huckleberry." Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry, and you show me that hat. I'm always embedding things in these videos. You see the Monster Mash, you'll see the Wild Huckleberries. I'm hinting towards things that will come as the channel. As I grow YouTube's understanding, as I build a solid base, I'm wide open for entertainment in my full-length videos and being able to make shorts,
Here's one for you. Today is her birthday.
Oh.
She's 29 years old.
29? I'd have never pegged you for a day over 25. But happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
I can't believe someone finally invited me to their birthday party.
There you go.
Oh my.
Oh, I see Joy in there.
Yes, she is. She's been clicking like
she is
crazy.
taking care of things. Yep. She's keeping up with people I haven't been able to keep up with chat at all, but she's doing a great job. I hope everybody understands.
Well, never mind. Yeah, she's amazing person. Just so much fun. Yeah.
Our community is amazing. We have.
Yeah, I mean, once you get the chance to know people, I haven't been to enough meetups to really get to sit and.
We haven't either. We've just been to a couple.
Yeah,
so.
I've only made it to one, but in the future.
I'm really seeing that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, there you can.
That's Mid-America. You follow.
I see Rainy Ridge in there.
That was MT Homestead.
What's that?
You can't see it, dear. It's not reading through. Yep.
No.
We were able to go this year, but so next year we're looking forward to the meetups.
I'm a creature of habit, and I've got a coffee mug that Mike and Terry sent me. It's an MT Homestead mug. It's my go-to coffee mug, and it's gonna make y'all sick to your stomach. But I'm cowboy. I don't wash it. Okay, it doesn't grow stuff in it. It's because it has coffee in it half a day, and then I just pour it out, but I never wash it. Every cup of coffee gets a little stronger. I was gonna, I just so you knew I wasn't fibbing. I was gonna get it, but then I remembered I was wearing pajama pants, and I.
Oh my!
But anyway, my MT Homestead mug is if someone accidentally got a hold of it, which isn't likely since nobody will put up with me long enough to wash my dishes for me. But if somebody washed that cup, I believe I would get angry and violent because that's the only mug, that's the only coffee mug I use ever. I take it with me when I go somewhere just because I've got it seasoned. Seasoned. That's the word I'm looking for.
Seasoned.
Well, you need to get our cup seasoned so you can
Well,
take it.
he gifted me it.
What's he saying?
I'm looking over here. I don't see one of your cups anywhere.
Oh, it's back there.
We sent it to you.
One of his last videos that he did. It was sitting on his desk. And we have had zero, almost no merch or anything made and given out. We still have that big chore in front of us.
Oh my God! It got pushed behind everything.
It was on your desk.
There it is.
Mickey, you got the first one.
Hang on, I gotta find my book of hatred that I got. I'm just kidding. Okay, well, I don't want to ruin this one, but
You got to get that one seasoned up.
Oh.
I got you. Hey, this one's got a black inside,
Right.
so people wouldn't think I was as disgusting carrying this one around.
Oh my goodness.
This is a
Hello,
nice mug.
Jan. Simply Jan, hello.
This is a nice mug. Where'd you get that made at? Do you remember? Oh, never mind. That's none of my business.
I was going to ask a question. If we have t-shirts, do you have a contact to make t-shirts or not?
Yeah. Way cheaper than what they're being made. Right? When I get in a hurry, I'll make one in my bonfire store. What I did was I took one design and I uploaded it, and I know graphics, so I know what I'm doing. Okay, yeah. I uploaded it to 4 of the major players in the print-on-demand space, and then I ran wash tests and stuff on all of them. And if you understand how these places work, there's not a factory that they're printing this stuff at, okay? They use contractors in the area. In other words, you can apply to be a bonfire printer if you have a DGT printer. You send their quality, they approve you, then they'll send you work. I mean, it's all through Bonfire Company. They collect the money, they send it out and everything. Oh. But that stuff's coming from, look, I got a business right here in Norman that prints for them. But that's not who I use. Okay, I have a client who does direct-to-garment printing, who does screen printing, does all kinds of transfer work and all that kind of stuff. It's direct-to-garment printing is pretty hard to beat these days. And because I design for their client, I mean, they send me art requests, and they'll say it'll be for so and so's barbecue shack or so and so's lawn mowing service. And they always kind of say the same thing that what's that family, Leonard Mountain Homestead, that has 567 kids. She always says, "Hey, would you do this piece of artwork for so and so? And by the way, just do that Mick thing, with it, that critter creek thing with it." Well, that's what my clients say. They'll go like, "It's for a lawn mowing company, and I know that sounds really boring, but they've seen your art. Can you do that Mick thing with it?" For every one commenting about the art style that I lean towards, there's a whole bunch of people writing paychecks in my past. There's not as many writing them now. In my past, they just want me to do that Mick thing, Because, see, YouTube, I said earlier, YouTube, when I put a video up, YouTube's not going to go find viewers for it, okay? YouTube's got a bunch of people who view stuff. They're going to go find videos for those people to watch. Well, that's the way I do my art, okay? When I design art for someone, or for myself, I don't design a T-shirt that I would wear. If I want everybody else to wear it, I try to design a T-shirt that they would wear.
Yeah.
And you can't dislike the facts. The fact is, the number one selling T-shirt, everyone who likes to prove people wrong, run check this out and see. The number one selling T-shirt ever in the world was Go Speed Racer Go, and still sells Go Speed Racer Go T-shirts.
Oh my.
Now, the logic behind that is obviously it was a cartoon from vintage days. So now it's come back cool again. But it has always been the biggest selling T-shirt, okay, ever. Go Speed Racer Go. But it was in magazines. Rolling Stone magazine, they advertised in Rolling Stone. They advertised in comic books. Their marketing campaign for that one show was brilliant. Well, you don't have to like Go Speed Racer Go T-shirt design to admit the fact that whoever owns the rights to that, they don't care if they like it or not. They're just happy that everybody else loves it, And that's the way I try to design T-shirts and things. I do have a company that I go to. In fact, I've got two companies for two different purposes. If I want direct-to-garment printing, I go to this one company. If I want screen printing, which that's my preference. Screen printing is my preference. A good screen printed T-shirt, the design should outlive the life expectancy of the T-shirt. Okay. But if I go for screen printing, I worked for a larger YouTube channel for a long time, designing all their stuff before I was even basically on YouTube. And they know quality. And even their printing facility was having a difficult time doing color separations for my artwork. And so I said, I separate. I contract with screen printing companies to go in during their, like the national championship football T-shirts and stuff. I had a company that would, when the years that they won the bid to do those, the ones that that show up at the end of the football game. They would contract me to come in and do the artwork for those, and then they would submit it. And then if they got the contract, then I would go in and do all the color separations. I know that business, so I found a company who had a difficult time, but would allow me to do the color separations, registration marks, Pantone colors, the works. And so, brilliant company. They don't have to do the artwork. They don't have to do the color separation. So that art fees coming up, when they come off of there, you take art fees off of anything, and all you got left is electric bills, ink, and the boss wants to make enough to pay his printers, those T-shirts get down affordable real quick. And so, yes, I do. And they don't want any more business, but I can get them to accept clients, small clients. They're not into this whole, you got to order 1,000, this and that, I can get that for people. I've had people on YouTube that wanted merchandise, and so I'll give them that information so they can contact me directly, and I'll be able to let them know that this person is going to be calling that company. Not trying to be secretive about it. It's just it's respect within that community that I'm in. And so if I trust the person asking, I have put 2 or 3 different people in contact with them. Okay. If I trust that person, then I'm comfortable telling Brian and going from there. Equally so with ball caps. I don't like. I'm very particular with my ball caps. I know personally the people who make all the embroidered 3D caps for the NFL, NBA, all those things. I know these people personally, not bragging, not boasting. They know me. I know them. Mainly because I was good friends with their little sister, and I love ball caps. And so, but they embroider ball caps. I don't like printed ball caps. I appreciate them, but I like them. I'm very particular about the type of cap it is, and it's not the one that's popular, because I know long-term marketing. If you got a YouTube channel and you're getting merch for it, you're a walking, and anybody else that wears it is a walking billboard for your channel, and so, or your business. And so you may like a certain style. That's what you wear. That's cool. And get some made with those because that's what you like to wear. But I always tell people, think broad. Think broad. What would everybody else want? What would be at the auction? What would they be wearing at the auction? What would be at the car show? Or what would be at the flea market? Or the gardening center? Those people that you're catering to. Think about making stuff for them instead of making stuff that you're obviously going to wear them, and you're the one paying, so you can get your own stuff too. But anyway, I rambled on about something that wasn't even important. I don't even think you asked a question, did you?
He did ask something along those lines, and we might be visiting with you later about that. Because I just haven't taken the time to really learn that avenue. There's just so much to.
Yeah, I think a lot of people make a lot of mistakes, and that was the reason that I had considered making videos about how to use my art, but I just couldn't find a way to say that. I need to build relationships, like I have, like with you two. Y'all can call me when you cannot talk this stuff on this
right.
You can't do it on a video. You can't do it in a live because I know I went way too long, rambled too long. But see, I don't do that in conversation with my clients,
right?
And I sure don't do it in conversation with my friends, because the only way that I get better at helping you is by listening to you. And so when you're telling me, how do I get this done? I'm more concise. I'm more specific. Well, we're on the phone. We're in private, and I'm able to pass on information to you that not just anybody can run with. And we all know that not in here. Yeah, they're good people, but we all know that there are people out there that is problem causers. So
Yes.
yeah, I do have a source. If you need,
We'll be contacting you.
True.
She'll be contacting you.
Yeah. And
because I'm very quiet.
He lets me do a lot of the talking because
you're good at it.
I like to talk.
I've already put a new go on this one.
And just so everybody that I'm annoyed that's in the chat, before when I was in the basement and Monty and Michelle were talking about it, Monty actually said, he said, we're not going to get a word. They were talking about what questions they were going to ask. He said, well, we're not going to get a word in edgewise anyway. Once he gets going, he's going.
I don't think so.
I was listening to the whole thing. I was trying to say, Monty, don't say nothing mean because I can hear you, but they couldn't hear me. So anyway.
I don't think I said that. But
you did. Hey, I should have recorded. If I'd have known you were going to say it, I would have recorded it. But anyway, but here's the thing. I am not oblivious to the fact that I am annoying. Okay?
You are not annoying.
Here's what I do. For growth.
you're hilarious.
We could sit and listen all day.
For personal growth, after my prayers of evening time, me and Harley have conversations. See, I don't have people in my world. I got Harley, okay, and we'll talk, right? I even tell Harley, I say your prayers, Harley, because I got some stuff to run past. Anyway, and I'll replay my day. I am aware that I got into one of these lives like tonight. I'm gonna be going, man, you didn't shut up.
You were perfect.
And I always used to end the night saying, Harley, there's no wonder I can't get off 558 subscribers. They're all kind in the community. They all subscribe, and then you go into one of these lives, and 4 or 5 of them run over there and go, "Oh my God!"
You have like 33 or 3,400 subscribers.
Yeah, because I rock.
You do.
Both literal and figuratively. Now, I'm building a rock and roll community. No, what I'm building is a community of people who rock, and they listen to classic rock and roll and stuff. So that way, when they come to visit me on Critter Creek someday, they're not going to freak out when they drive up a driveway and bad companies playing out of the garage or something. You don't want to pretend. You don't want to pretend you are somebody you're not, because somebody will expose you. So.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sitting here now. I'm slightly paranoid to think that what were we saying? Did you really hear?
I'm absolutely telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. I thought I would see. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get in, and I bet you're wishing now I didn't. But
No.
But so I was going to come in there at like, I don't know, 15 minutes early and try to see if I could hook up and stuff. And I couldn't. Well, I couldn't see myself because my camera was turned around backwards. All I could see was the word Critter Creek, which is at the bottom of the computer monitor.
Right.
But on this side I could see your kitchen, the stone wall. Nobody was sitting at the table, but y'all were having a conversation. There was actually somebody, third person in the conversation too. It wasn't just you and Monty talking. And then
I
Monty,
had the computer on in the background.
and then Monty came over and sat down, and y'all were having a conversation, and so finally you both sit down. You say, "We're all here in focus," and then I'm going. I'm looking at. I don't know this restream. I was saying, Monty, can y'all hear me? Don't say nothing. I can hear you. and because you were going. Well, you said. Well, Monty asked you what you were going to ask, and you started telling what you were going to ask me. So I started writing it down.
I did. He was like, "Do you have questions to ask?"
I said,
I was like,
I didn't. I said I don't need to do that. I know how to talk. See, there's no notes there, but I had them there. I started drawing logos and cartoons, but you said something about I'm gonna ask where it all got started at, and I thought make sure to give your mom props because she's in heaven and she's ornery, and I want to make sure that she puts in a good word for me. So
he was able to hear. I think.
make sure to give your mom props because she's probably standing next to Jesus saying, "Did you hear that? He didn't even say that I was a cake decorator and I could draw anything on a cake." Anyway, so anyway, and then you were saying something about, and I already knew about you had seen the Merlin in my short video.
Yeah, I
and
had that written down.
And you said another one you didn't bring up where I'm rocking
With the weed eater.
You know how people play air guitar? Well, see, I'm doing a short series where I think what's going to be unique about the channel is that I bopped in the 60s, swung, twisted, two-stepped, all those, learned all those dances. I can dance, okay? I can't sing, but I can dance. Well, one of the trends on YouTube is the shuffle, okay? And so I'm making a shorts video series. I can't introduce it yet. I have to get my channel growth to a point. But I'm going to learn to shuffle dance using YouTube videos only. And that weed eater plays a big gardening tools play a big part in that because literally when I first heard it, my first video is my first day watching YouTube videos about shuffle dance, but I never danced in the first one. Episode 1's done. It's me carrying a shovel out into the yard, and I go like, huh? And I go, oh, I thought they said shovel dance. So I throw the shovel across the yard and leave. But my goal is to learn this shuffle dance before my next birthday in March. So, and it's true. I don't know how to do it. I've never done it. I did film episode 1 and 2. It's tough. It's a lot harder to learn these dances or to make your feet move the way you want them to go. When you're 64 years old. But I'm gonna learn this dance because it's popular. Okay. And I believe, never mind. Hey, look, people will tune in and watch a 1 minute video just to see if I die in it.
We gotta hold up. Hold up. Jan had to step away.
Yeah, Jan said, hold on, be right back. Stop the live for a second.
Is Jan in here?
Yes, Jan is in here.
See, Jan's one of those people. Jan can call me anytime, day or night, her or her husband. He don't ever call, but and ask for anything for somebody else. Like she'll send me an email. Oh, hi, how are you doing? By the way, have you ever noticed this channel? That's what I like. I mean, that's what I was talking earlier about the relationships you build with people who you just
right.
trust.
Yeah.
I think Jen is one of the people that I actually gave my printer's information to. But anyway.
Oh, she's a charm. She's a jewel.
Well,
So
yeah, I mean, I first not met her, but was introduced to her when I saw this woman on a video wearing this hat with corks and feathers and stuff.
Jan is
And,
back.
and she said her name was Luce Fawcett or something. And I started drawing cartoons that day.
Loose.
If
I could probably draw cartoons of that.
If y'all don't know who Luce Fawcett is, she shows up at some of those YouTube meetups. But that's the first time that I ever saw. It's Jan's sister or cousin or something. But anyway, that's how I found out about Jan's channel was because I saw this woman dancing at a meetup, you know, on a video. I started laughing so hard I had tears coming out of my eyes, and so I had to find out how to take screenshots because I didn't know how to film a screen or something at the time. I took 1 million screenshots. I just kept watching that video over and over. 1 million screenshots of her, or Luce Fawcett, her cousin or whatever.
Yeah.
And started drawing cartoons right then. I thought that
Luce Fawcett loves men. I'm trying to read Jan's. Oh, that's so funny.
We met Jan at what?
At it was Eufaula. No, it was Eufaula. It was Mid America meetup, I believe. Yeah, because I went over and had to meet her. I had to go say hi. I don't think Jan was at 10 Killer. I think she was at just Mid America.
I met her at I think 10 Killer the year before.
The year before, yeah, because we didn't get to see you either.
Let us know, Jan.
She's my identical sister. Okay.
There ain't nothing identical. She's fibbing to y'all people. Don't read that and take that as the gospel. There ain't nothing identical about those two. That Luce Fawcett is loose. And Jen is funny and sweet, but she ain't loose like that. So.
Oh. Yeah, Mid America. I can remember where she was sitting and where we were. It wasn't 10 Killer.
So how's it going out there on that red dirt road? Y'all talked about me. Everything going good there?
It has been good.
It's very dry.
It's busy, just busy. Can't seem to get it all done, but we're trying.
Well, that's good because when you're done, you're probably finished. Well, I mean, seriously, as long as there's so
no truer words have ever been spoken.
When you got no more work to report, I guarantee you it's not because you're in retirement.
Oh,
I'm trying to get there.
Rainy Ridge, we did meet you there at Mid America also.
Rainy Ridge, that's where I met them at that meetup too. I'm telling you what, two folks took care of this old man. I don't think I've ever been more grateful to have met two people. Those people set that tent up in the rain just because I thought I was so sweet that I might melt like sugar. But
now you didn't get to go this year, did you? It was last year.
No, I didn't get to go. But I plan on. I've got my want tos again this year. This next year, I'm just not gonna say nothing, not making nothing. No, nothing. I just show up places. So
yeah,
I'm getting to do a little bit of art behind the scenes, and so that makes me happy.
Well,
I enjoy. I talk a lot about not enjoying the art. I do enjoy getting to do some for some of the. I get to do some for some of the meetups, and I'm not offended when somebody else does them. I just I guess I appreciate it more when I get a chance to participate. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, we got to go to our first ones. This was the first time we've been to them. So
Yeah, I get a kick off the videos, Michelle. I saw y'all at that. I wasn't there, but I got to see the videos,
Oh, uh-huh.
And I was in the process of making trying to figure out whether to make a series about how to talk to me if you need art. Because it's different.
Uh-huh.
You're not like a client walking into my art studio. We don't have a problem. We're going through all this internet stuff. But while I was doing that, I was watching y'all and everybody at the meetup, and I was just having so much fun going. I designed that. That's my. That just made my day. People walking around wearing t-shirts and had caps on, and that makes me happier than
Oh man.
some of the clients that I'm on non-disclosure agreements with.
Well, we were sure hoping to see you there, but let's all shoot for next spring.
I hear you. I'm feeling 10 years younger now that I'm rocking and rolling. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'll probably make it this year.
Yes, and Rainey, yeah, they're saying Jan puts on a great meetup too in the Ozarks, and we wanted to go to that one, and I can't remember what we had. We had something already scheduled, so we couldn't get out there.
You got to see where they're having it this year. Woo! It's nice. It's nice.
Okay.
I'm excited about all the normal, the normal ones that I get hooked on. But that one at Jan's, I've been wanting to go to that for about 2 years, and and the place it's going to be this year. Wow.
She said it's June 6th through 8th.
That place is awesome. I mean, from what I've seen the videos, the pictures of it. Plus, I go when I hear about a meetup, I go to Google Earth and I take a driving tour of all those places, on a computer, and record it, shoot footage.
Yes, you can, Jan. Yeah, she's asking if she can post it.
Yeah.
Jan, yes.
It's not my channel, but I say yeah.
Yeah. You bet. Y'all can put anything in the chat. And so, yeah, Jan, if you've noticed, we did not do the vertical streaming tonight. So
Good. Thank you,
not want the trolls. You do get a lot of you do get a lot more views going vertical, but it's not always worth it, and there's lots of trolls. So we did not do that tonight for sure.
Yeah, they knew better than do that. They had a guest in here that's kind of a redneck, and I got a troll ejection button. I mean, it's just like, man, I'm a sweetheart. I mean, you can take that to the grave. I'm a nice guy, but I don't put up with no nonsense either.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those. If it's a brood of vipers, it's a brood of vipers, and someone needs to stand up and call it what it is. And I'll 86 somebody real quick. So she didn't want all them trolls in here tonight.
No, there's no way I wanted to have to deal with any of that. Yeah, no.
They get ugly.
Yeah, and then you've got to have your moderators just they're working overtime.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, I guess we're gonna have to call this.
Yeah.
We've kept you up for 2 hours now.
I'm gonna rewatch this tomorrow and see who all was here and if anybody said anything nice about me. So you better type it fast. I see my buddy. There's one of those people on the list that it's on my bucket list to meet Troy Sutton before I kick.
Oh, we met him.
We met him at 10 Killer.
Yeah.
Now go ahead and rub it in.
Yeah. Oh, so many good people.
Okay, you can go ahead and close it out. I'll shut up, Michelle.
No, we just had a lot of wonderful people in chat tonight, and I'm sorry I haven't really been on my phone. I've been paying attention to the conversation
I
instead
want
of.
you guys. I will be starting to do a live. It's not soon, but I want you guys to be on my channel.
Yeah. Oh, you bet.
Well, if you do a live, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
And what I want you to do is come in and just keep talking and don't be quiet. You pay me back a little bit.
Okay.
I'll leave that to her to do all the talking.
So yeah. So if we ever, come on your channel or something, we're going to lurk in the background and see what you're saying before it starts. And so,
Yeah, you will. You'll learn the true character of somebody if they're talking about you and you don't know they're talking about. If they don't know that you're there.
I'm just thinking.
Hey.
I can't believe you stuck around for 2 hours because, sometimes before we start a live, we're like, hey, what about this? Oh, did you?
No, I was only there. I was there 15 minutes early, and you guys were talking about me the whole time. And that's when I went, yep, it's confirmation of the Spirit of God. They don't know I'm here listening to this, and they're still just people that I'm dying to meet someday. So, you didn't say nothing bad. I laughed more than I did anything.
It's just a scary thought, though.
Well, now that you know, but now you know that if you got somebody in the basement, and just because you haven't brought them up, they can hear you. So I wanted to make sure you knew that.
That is just wild to me. That is so
And the worst part is, if you had, if like it was me, that was me and that was my channel, and I had invited somebody and sent them the link, and I wasn't ready yet, and I was walking by in my PJs or something, or went, because I wasn't live, so I wouldn't think nothing about it. You got to change your shirt or something. Then they would be seeing all that. I'm gonna have to pick my nose or something, and
That's dangerous.
so I just wanted you to know that I was there and watching when y'all were sitting down and saying, "Oh yeah, we're centered here" and all that kind of stuff. I was trying to tell you too. That's the kind of person I am. I wasn't lurking.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was like going, Monty, don't say nothing about me. I can hear you. And I want to keep, I don't like people when people bust my bubbles. I think people are great, and then, they bust my bubble. It breaks my heart now. But I didn't want Monty to say nothing bad because I always think of him as a great guy. Yeah. But he didn't. So. But in the future, you might know that if you send a link to somebody and you start your camera running early, they can hear you. They're listening. They're watching.
So
I know I learned from it.
We were in studio. We just had not clicked go live.
I
But
know.
you were already there and you were live. Just in the basement, we couldn't see you.
I wasn't live until you clicked go live. So
Right.
that's the reason I couldn't warn you or nothing. You couldn't hear me because you hadn't clicked that yet. And I was back in there just to listen to you. I was hoping y'all would say something funny, because then I was going to ask y'all some questions. So let me. It's my turn to ask you a question. What did y'all do with that one chicken named so and so? And then you're gonna be thinking like, how did he know that?
Oh my gosh. Well, we have to learn things the hard way, so.
Okay, let's let these people get out of here and let me go take Harley
They
out.
might have already left.
Well, yeah, there ain't nobody left to comment in the last 30 minutes except for me.
Oh my goodness. Everybody in chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us and enjoying the fun we had. Oh, Mickey was our first guest that we've actually had on, our first special guest, and which we've done, we've opened the panel up. We've done that lots of times, and we love, being able to talk amongst the people. But you're the first special guest we've ever had, and we had a ball. obviously, because we've gone well past. We're pulling in Amy Leonard's numbers right now. We're getting close.
Yeah, I always give her a hard time about
I
the
know.
length of hers.
She's great. But we just had so much fun visiting and listening to you. Oh my. So we've learned a lot. A lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I ramble on and get.
No, don't be sorry.
That's
It's a-
perfectly fine.
It's a cartoon state of mind.
It's a cartoon state of mind.
I can spin down a rabbit hole real fast.
Oh, that's so. Let's see. Hello, Rebecca. Touched by Yarn. I didn't get to say hello. I didn't get on my phone and chat too much. But anyway, we're just thankful everybody in chat was here, and we hope you guys had a good time. We sure did.
Needed a smile this evening.
We did.
Because the last week was a bad week. So.
Yep, hoping for a good week this week and praying for a good week this week. So, everybody, okay. Well, you guys all take care. Mickey, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for the invite.
Oh man,
I wouldn't go on just any of these lives. I was taking a break, and when I got that invite, you just made my day. So thank you.
oh, thank you. Well,
You made our day.
you made our day. I didn't know if you would accept it or not, but we were sure hoping.
I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Be blessed. Have a great week.
We
All right.
will. You too.
You too.
Okay.
Everybody on the chat. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye. Blessings to everybody.
Love you guys.
Love you.